trends, manifestos, and various policies that affect your business. Remember, the expert at everything was once a beginner, so begin your journey with Talking Business at 2 p.m. this and every Friday on Radio Universe 105.7 FM. Talking Business. Let's talk business. Business owner or aspiring leader, join us this and every Friday at 2 p.m. on Radio Universe 105. Success stories and strategies tailored for the next generation of business leaders. Here on Talking Business, we digest the business headlines, trends, manifestos, and various policies that affect your business. Remember, the expert PM this and every Friday on Radio Universe 105.7 FM. Talking Business. Let's talk business.
And you are welcome back to Talking Business right here on Value Goddess, and you can also join in the conversation on Instagram at Universe 105.7 FM. If you via 0555-357010, you can do that on WhatsApp or SMS. Now we are going into the conversation. I have my special guests. In fact, this afternoon I'm so excited. I met this lady, not too instrumental, and I love her art actually. I love how she displays what she does on Instagram. Like, it's the first time I'm seeing that someone is making accessories and they're displaying it so nice, like so beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to welcome Kukua Acquaba. Wait, let me get the name right. Okay, please. What was the name again? The middle one.
Acquaba.
Okay, Kukua Acquaba. Hey, God, this is interesting. And her last name is Ani.
Yes.
She has interesting names, actually. They are all tree names. No, I'm fine. And how are you?
I'm blessed by the grace of God. I'm excited to be here.
Amazing. How has this week been for you? Today is Friday from
week. I've been able to complete some tasks that I gave to myself, and I was actually excited that I was able to do them. I started doing some new things for the month of April. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to
about yourself. How would you describe yourself?
Okay, I'll use 4 words to describe myself. I would say don't use the usual words, but then I'll say I'm calm.
Okay.
I'm someone that is like calm. I love to like care, even in church, and very creative.
Interesting.
That's what led to the business aspects of creative, and very smart.
You are smart indeed. Amazing. Now, I want to know a bit about your background growing up. How was childhood like for you?
Childhood for me, I mean, like outside playing around, like nature. I actually loved nature.
Okay.
Like nature interests me. So you find me among the flowers, the plants, trees, like just like the environment.
Then you should have gone into agriculture or something.
But the funny thing was that like most of my inspiration for my things is like through nature.
Okay.
So that's how like I do my things based on like nature. So you see flowers, the inspiration from like flowers, life, those things. So it's just been there, yes. And as I said, I used to be very helpful too as a child. So that has always been there.
Growing up, did you ever think that you do business?
Business things they are selling it, but then was more of like rather helping people.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I had in mind, but not like you're doing this and you're selling it to get like some like cash.
What then did you want to be? A doctor or a lawyer?
I actually wanted to be a therapist.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Therapist in Ghana. That's amazing.
Actually wanted to be a therapist. Yeah, I remember.
It has been an interesting one for you, from a therapist to an entrepreneur. That's like far apart. Yeah. But how has the journey of business been so far for you?
Right. Yeah. And so I took a break for a while. I started and I took a break for a while because of work, like balancing it with work and things. And after a while, actually, reason why I started, so I didn't sometime last year. Yeah.
Wait,
So like now full time.
which SHS did you attend?
I went to Wesley Girls High School.
Okay, okay. Because I remember that I posted a flyer and someone was like doing and stuff.
SHS was a very interesting part of my life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like, as school is new. Yeah, and like they push you. It's like when you come out there, it's like it's you and against the world. So they push you to do more, to be extra. Whatever. Yeah.
All right. Oh God. I think I'm going to give this name to one of my children. I don't know which one, my first or second or third, anyone. Kukua accessories. Why fashion accessories?
I love fashion, actually. Like, since I've always loved fashion, clothing. Yeah, so it actually started through I wanted to accessorize my hair, and I realized that there were like less accessories that you'd want to like have in your hair and things, despite it's like mostly for like maybe wigs or stuff. But if you have like braids and other things, it's so hard. It's like the normal scrunchies and things. So I wanted something different. So I started making them out and like just putting in my hair, and the friend saw it and she was like, oh, they're actually beautiful, and she would want some. So I started making that, and that's what led me. And from then I started thinking about other accessories that I would want, because when I'm going somewhere I want to like add this touch to my outfit. Yeah. So that's what led to the fashion accessories.
But where did you learn it?
It's the people to see how it's like a second eye of how it looks. Yeah. So some of the designs is from my mind, and some too I just like look online, like things, then I just like create my own out of what I've seen. Yeah.
And how long?
Yeah. So it was less than a month.
Interesting. And in those
so it was less than a month.
Interesting. And in those times, what were you doing for a living? Were you schooling? Or those times, what were you doing for a living? Were you schooling, or you were,
No, I'd finished my service then.
Interesting.
So I was home for a while, and then it's like I don't like being bored. So I started doing that. Yeah.
And you were saying that you used to, and then you focus on the work, then you go to a time like, and then you focus on the work, then you go to a time like, nah, let me go back to business. How did it all come about?
Navigating there, let me see, Ghana, professional life and everything. So balancing that, because it's like my ideas, and creativity takes time, because you have to bring your idea, try it, do it, and like so it takes time. Sometimes I can spend like five hours like doing one design, or 3 days perfecting a design.
So wait, you would design it before you would
so most of the time I create it, then I have to like, if I do it, I just look at it to be able to replicate it again. Yes. So it was actually taking like my time and balancing it with work, it's like now starting. So I took that break of work because I actually wanted to have like full time for this and build this for the brand.
Wow. So I think someone is lost. We are talking of accessories. Someone is like, what at all are you guys?
I make hearts like it's not more like fascinators, but then like they're kind of similar to fascinators. So hearts, earrings, then I have the hair vines that like people mostly see, like brides have some of them in their hair.
Yes.
And then I started making some that if you're not a bride, you can wear it. You don't need to be a bride to have that.
Yeah. Let's talk about your Instagram page. In fact, if you're listening to me and you've not visited her Instagram page, go to Acquaba I don't know how that works, because when I like earring, how can I make earrings with my hands? And all those hair stuff with, it's like knife flying all over the place and beads all over. It's so beautiful. And you make these things with your own hands. And one thing I actually love is your Instagram page. I told you that when I went there, because accessories, common earring, I know a lot of people who sell earrings and they just take pictures anyhow and post it. But I think you explain it. I don't know, how did you come up with those ideas to display it in such a nice way?
So the idea, someone randomly sees it as just like a piece.
Okay.
But then for me, it's more than just a piece. Like, it's supposed to bring meaning into, like, when you have it or when you buy it or when you wear it. It should have like this kind of meaning. So I also wanted to explain, because I carefully select the name for like every
So wait,
piece.
you name it yourself?
Yeah. So I'll go and research on names, or like maybe if I'm looking for flower or I'm looking for beautiful, how like a name that would match that. And if I'm looking for peace, if I'm looking for like joy, a name that would like fit that. So that's what I do. So I explain it so that when like you're buying it or when you see it, there's also that aspect. Maybe you're in your season, so it's not just about the pieces, but then also like the meaning that I wanted to come with the pieces. Yeah.
Then you really invest a lot of time in this, because when I saw one of the flyers for the product, I think it was the hair stuff. I don't know the name of those stuffs, because I think I'll now enter into the accessories world as well. But then I saw one of it, and then I think, is it Hannah or something? You give.
Oh yeah, there was Hannah for the flower.
Okay.
Actually, yes. Then there was. So there's one that's called Aviva, and Aviva is like spring. So like the shape, that's what like I'm wearing.
Okay.
So it's like the shape of
Let me see it. Let me see.
Yeah.
I think I want one of these.
I'll bring this down. So the shape of like spring, name that would mean spring and will like fit it. Yeah.
And that's just it. Like, it's so creative. Like, you just use earring and then you give it a name. Or is that one to Acquaba?
I mean, yes. So I just removed the C from it.
Okay.
Yeah, I just removed a name that's, when you hear it, you know who this brand is for,
Yes.
or you know what brand this is. Yeah. So I rebranded this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Acquaba. Me, I've been saying Acquaba. How can you have a name and your name is Acquaba? Just like that. It's amazing. Wow. Acquaba Fashion. So you just decided to choose that particular name?
Yeah, I wanted a name that's, so most of the time, because people don't really know that name, people are always fascinated by the name.
Okay.
So I just felt like, well, let me make this for my name. Because at first I wasn't using the name, because it's a name and it's a nice name. So I decided to use that as my brand name, because it's also different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, very true. Yeah, I think if you were to be in my SHS, I would have called you, "Hey, lady, welcome."
Wow.
Yes, lady, welcome, Lady Acquaba. Amazing. But then what, growing up, you had no plans of going into entrepreneurship. You just wake up one day, you do risk to venture into entrepreneurship.
Okay. So I would say the main, like, what's really inspired me was, see, the therapist thing I couldn't do.
Okay. Did you actually try to do it?
No, I didn't. I did, because I didn't even study science. And then
Okay.
it was like, when it was more like, oh, if you didn't do science, you can. So I got to uni, like, when I realized that, oh, they're studying psychology. And I was like, oh, I could have done it.
have
But
tried.
then, yeah, it's to, like, the humanitarian purpose, want to be helping people, to be supporting people. You need the money to be able to
Very
do that.
true.
Yes, so that's the reason why I decided to build this brand. I mean, that's what actually pushed me to go
To
back
do it.
to it, to being very serious about it.
Yes.
It's always been there, and people need help. There are people who
Very
need
true.
me. People
Yes.
need me in this life. So yeah, that's the reason why I decided to go.
Amazing. I think this is one of the best motives that could inspire someone to go into business. Some people go into it for the money.
Yeah.
It gets to a point where you really want to help people, you really want to make an impact. And this week I was watching one video, and the man was like, before you can help your world, you have to first help yourself. So if you want to, go into charity work and all that, and you don't have something you are building to help yourself, you cannot help the people out there. And I think this is a very good initiative that you've started. Yeah. Today, I want to delve into building wealth and impact, the role of women entrepreneurship. You being a woman, I know that people are listening to us today. They're watching on Instagram, on YouTube as well, and most of the time we say that entrepreneurship, you go in your period, you are just down and the business goes down with you, something like that. Yes, but for you, what are some of the challenges that you personally faced when you started doing business as a woman?
Okay, for me, resonate like work-life balance with their business. Yeah. This resonates more to like young people, young women who are like now building themselves and everything, like balancing that with like work
and stuff.
that with, yeah, I think that was the challenge that I faced in the beginning. Yeah, that was my main challenge.
Okay, let's talk about funding. Okay, ordinary Ghanaian coming across money to start a business is like God. We know we have all the trust funds and all this, finding money, like getting capital to push into your business. How did you go about it?
So for me with the funding was like more of like two ways. One was me sacrificing my money.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a very supportive family, and I mean they've seen that this is something that I'd want to do, and I'm very good at it. So they've been very supportive. Yeah.
Interesting. Let's talk about family more. I love that. Who would you say has really pushed your business? I would want you to name just a few people that you believe that
Family and friends. I also have supportive friends. So family, my dad, yes. My dad has been very, very supportive with the finance aspects. Say that, yeah, I mean, with my business, so with the finance side, everybody and their business model. With my business model like this, it's very it's very sustainable. So my dad has been supportive. So my auntie, Auntie Kate, yes.
Shout out to Auntie Kate.
She's also been like pushing me to do more, to even like learn more things to add to what I'm doing. And then my friends, my best friend, and then and my friend, so the one who takes my pictures for me, he's also my friend. And he's been supportive with. I also have friends that like buy for me, and yeah.
I think there's more of friends and families incorporated.
So it's like when you start, I mean, yeah, most of the time people will be like, but then also there are the people that you can start with, and that's more of, let me say, a bit of like free service for some things like marketing. You can, someone going a long way to just like post your thing, to share your thing. You may never know where it would be or who it would reach. So I didn't take that aspect for granted. I still wanted them to be a part of what I'm doing. So it's like it starts with them before you go out to like that huge market. Because if you have very good people in your life, if things are not well or things are not good, they'll bring it out to you, and you're able to fix it right from the beginning instead of being out there and it's like it's a mess or something. So they've been very supportive. I'll say they've been supportive with what I've been doing. And they have brighter vision of what it's gonna be.
Amazing. Wow, that's actually amazing. It's hard for people to find families who would, and friends who would go all in to support your business and all that. I think God bless them wherever they are, and we love them so much. Now, let's delve into the topic of mentorship. Do you have mentors? And if you do have mentors, what has mentorship, the role of mentorship, played in your business development? Yeah.
I don't have like a mentor per se. I just have people that, let me say, I admire.
All right.
So I just look at what they are doing in their professional life, and then I see how I can use that for my
Your
like for
own.
myself, also
Okay.
for my professional life. Yeah, so that's how it's been for me concerning that. Like, I do not have a specific mentor that someone is like, oh, it's guiding you
Yeah.
this. Yeah. And I'll say I also have a friend that like knows more into like this business entrepreneurship. Yes, so then I get like some advice and things also from him. Yeah.
But would you say that if you had like a mentor who is more experienced?
No, I think everybody is different. Everybody and like what works for them per
Okay.
se. I'd rather see that more of like giving advice, but then you doing things is more like reliant on you, because you can get all the advice that you would have or you would get if you do not push yourself or put yourself out there. It doesn't come to play. So me actually having people, I can't be like them, but then like emulate some of the things they do. Yeah.
All right, amazing. Well, I'm enjoying the conversation so far. Like, I'm excited and I'm learning a lot. Family support, come and say, I've stopped my work, I'm doing business. Everybody should leave me. And in fact, I'm really impressed and I'm amazed. And I believe that this Aquaba brand is going to be very solid in the future moving forward. And
Yeah.
break, and when we're back, we'll get more into the conversation. Stay tuned with us.
You, a young entrepreneur, business owner, or aspiring leader, join us this and every Friday at 2 p.m. on Radio Universe 105.7 FM as we bring in successful entrepreneurs, policymakers, and innovators on Talking Business. We digest the business headlines, trends, manifestos, and various policies that affect your business. Remember, the expert at everything was once a beginner, so begin your journey with Talking Business at 2 p.m. this and every Friday on Radio Universe 105.7 FM. Talking Business. Let's talk business. You, a young entrepreneur, business owner, or aspiring leader, join us this and every Friday at 2 p.m. on Radio Universe 105. Success stories and strategies tailored for the next generation of business leaders. Here on Talking Business, we digest the business headlines, trends, manifestos, and various policies that affect your business. This and every Friday on Radio Universe 105.7 FM. Talking Business. Let's talk business.
You are welcome back, and it is still Kukua Acquaba Ani. In fact, I don't know how many times I'll have to mention this name to get a feeling. It's so nice, amazing. So we've been talking about entrepreneurship and how women can scale up in the world of entrepreneurship and start businesses and make impact all over the world. Now, I would want you to highlight what are some of the sacrifices that you've personally made to push your business forward?
Okay. So I would say sacrifices spending my money on myself. Yeah. And I mean, every money I get through like gifts, salary, etc., I save it for the business to be able to like buy things, to be able to do things. Yeah. So that was like one major sacrifice in my life that I've done concerning this since I started NSS basically. Yes, like that's been my sacrifice for this. Yes, and
You can't just say you've left everything.
yeah. So I mean, I worked for a while looking at the thing that I wanted to do. It really needs my full attention, and I actually believe in this brand. So it was that sacrifice that I made last year
No.
to stop like working so that I could have full time to do this, to also build myself, to build my brand. Yes, so these are like the main sacrifices that I've even not much of social life per se, but then also that little aspect of it. Yeah.
Wow. Let's talk about believing in your brand, believing in the things that you do, the things that you stand for. Most of the time, what deters people from moving into entrepreneurship? Or some people actually start businesses and they quit along the way. And sometimes it's because they don't probably believe in it. And I want to ask business.
Sometimes I also think maybe people's reasons for going to entrepreneurship, the drive, because you need that drive to push yourself to like do this, especially let me say for the sole entrepreneurs, because it's you are the vision behind it, you are the brain behind it, and nobody really understands your business like you do. So if the person is not there or the person is not active into their business, it's kind of like collapses it or into entrepreneurship. And those reasons are what drives you every day, every morning, to wake up to do this, to go and look for money to push it, to like whatever. Treat it like, let me say, your life. Yeah. So the goal, the purpose behind building your brand or starting the business in the first place, I'll say is what's like mostly drives or pushes one. For me, it's the reason why I'm doing this, because it's than having the ideas in your mind and you're not doing it. Yeah.
Amazing. Let's talk about financing. Okay, managing your finances and all that. One thing that research has shown that mostly breaks businesses is that most of the time for young entrepreneurs and people who have startups, and for women, for instance, someone was telling me that women don't know how to manage money because we like spending and all that. Yes, and me thinking of this, I've come across their personal money with the business money. So they realize that at a point in time, they'll be spending the business money without realizing. And before they know, the business is just, is gone. Yeah. And for you, I would want you to touch on this, how money and your business money, how to manage them separately, and to make sure that it doesn't intertwine and then you make losses here and there.
Okay. So with the financing concerning your personal and then your business too, for me, I have like separate accounts, and also I also believe that when you are starting, you need to know that you wouldn't make like a certain amount of like profits within some years, depending on how much that you have spent. And then most of the time, because like money has gone from your personal money into their business, people would want to like take it back from the money that they are getting for the business. Yes. So having separate accounts and the sacrificing of not using that money that like you're getting from the business, I believe that is what's for me, that's what like pushes not to be using the money, the profits that you have and everything. I also like having that plan. It also helps you to manage the financial aspects, your formats, or the amount that you're even spending into it. So having the plan, like you should always have a plan. I mean, that's one thing that I always like, should always have a plan on your expenses, your expenditure, and then also the profits, because before you would launch the things, I mean, for me, before I would launch it and everything, I would do like all the calculations and everything down, and you should pay yourself.
Paying
I mean,
yourself.
you don't need to be paying yourself let's say you're starting, I don't need to be paying yourself 2,000 You can pay yourself little by little, because there are some jobs that even if you're not working for yourself, they wouldn't pay you as much as the profit that they are getting.
Yeah.
So then you also need to have that, and then put some money down to also for like personal things, so that you do not end up for I have like separate accounts. You should have like a business account, not mixing it with your personal money. Yes, so that the money does not, you don't end up spending your money. And then also accounting for it.
Okay.
Accountability really works.
Okay.
It really, really works, because then you know. Yeah.
All right, amazing. I think that's a point that I would take for myself. Yes, amazing. I realized that paying yourself is actually hard. And all the profit, like everything. So this is how they do it. So let's say you invested 500 cedis in the business, and then at the end of the day you got 1,000 cedis. They see it as 1,000 cedis is their salary, and the 500 cedis for the business. So they will keep the 500 cedis and still maybe use it to restock or something. What's your view on that?
So as I said, that if you take note of everything that you are doing, like your costs, your expenses and everything, so when like the profits comes, I would advise that it's better you buy things like the long run.
Okay.
So that when you sell. Yes. But then if they say you buy things in the short term, it's very, very costly.
Okay.
And you might 2 years, 3 years, 5 years.
Yeah.
And so based on the profits, you should allocate, you should like add that to your how like you balance things. You should add that to it, so that even if it's going to be 5% or 10% of your profits, you should like put like that down, because that also helps you not to be using like the money that you could have used for something else. So you can just, based on your profits that you make, you can just allocate a portion. So it can be 5%, it can be 10%. You don't need, it doesn't need to be like a very huge amount of money, because I don't know, there's your business. Yeah. It's being successful. It's like going to you. Yes. So you can, like, that is like something that I would share, I would say. Yeah.
All right. Now let's is for humanitarian reasons, to help society and all that. How can women use their businesses to help society at large?
So doing like communal stuff with your business, you can be doing that through partnerships.
Okay.
So there are NGOs around, there are people that are like driving those courses, and as I said, based on like your profits and things, you can do like that allocation for that sponsorship. I mean, you can give like a certain amount, so you just add that to like your, maybe say your yearly or your monthly, whatever budgets that you have for that, to support such cause. There's also like your brand volunteering to do something. So might not be financial per se, but they're more of like your human resource. You volunteering and being a part of like that cause, like participating in that is also another way. And even there's also the voice. If let me say, for example, my brand has about like 1 million followers on Instagram, means that like you have the voice, so you can use your brand in that cause also to support such like these humanitarian and such communal causes too.
Amazing. So do you believe that women entrepreneurship plays an important role in economic development? Talking about Ghana, for instance, do you believe that if more women are encouraged to go into entrepreneurship, our economic development will scale up as we expect?
Yeah, I believe women play a lot of role in economic development. I mean, if you look at our traders, there are lots of them that are women. Even the people selling by the roadside, those are selling like food and things, a lot of them are women, and all these contribute to the economic developments. Even businesses, like the fashion industry, even now we have like the women in tech. All these things are actually contributing because we are using our resources,
Yeah.
the human like resources to help. Even with the businesses that are created, we are creating jobs for
Yeah.
people because the governments would increase jobs for everyone. But then the women that have started like businesses, hiring people
Yeah.
is also a way of contributing to like economic development. And also those who are training others,
Yeah.
like the tech, even when the there are people who have like schools,
Yeah.
and they are using that to train people so that they can also do things for themselves, or so to start their own businesses.
Okay.
Yes, and knowledge sharing.
Mm.
And all this brings to economic development. I mean, they say like education also forms part of our
Yeah.
economic development.
Yes.
So if you have like more of our women going into things, doing things, being able to do things for themselves, even if you are not able to be in the office, at least if you have like these skills, you can also use it to support the economy, even home,
Yeah.
to support, take care of the home and things. So yeah, I believe women do like we multitask
Yes.
more than the men do. So there's that aspect that is part of us that we can, even our mothers,
Yeah.
find them doing like yes. So that is part of us. A woman, anything that she finds, she would want to be selling it.
Yeah.
Yes. So we play a very huge
Amazing.
role in that.
Amazing. What we're wrapping up quickly. What one should I call it advice earlier that you wouldn't have made certain mistakes in your business? One thing that you wish you would have known earlier before probably venturing into entrepreneurship to prevent certain mistakes that you've made in your field.
Okay. Mean this is for me, and I plays a lot. I mean, when I took that break, I thought about how like 2 years had gone by, and I mean, there's a lot that I could have done in that 2 years, right?
Okay.
So I think that was something that I wish I hadn't. So maybe what I would share with people is that you should be consistent.
Okay.
Consistency does not mean necessarily like maybe every day like you're posting, but then you should never stop, because if you stop, the brand dies. If I had stopped, I mean, I don't think I would have met you.
Very true.
Yeah, so being consistent, like
Really
with
helps.
what you're doing, with the goal. So that's something that I wish that I had done, but then
Basically that.
when you make like any mistake or anything, you shouldn't, like, you should just continue. I mean,
Continue.
like, it's all part. Yeah.
Okay, women entrepreneurs out there, people who seek to build successful businesses, and they're women. Probably they're going through one or two challenges and what have you. What one advice would you give to them this afternoon?
Just one.
Oh, you
I had to
make
think
it
about,
two.
I mean, if it's one, I have to think about like what's the
Make
main
it a
thing-
two.
what's like the main thing that would like help in what you are doing. Like, you should put yourself out there, and there's nothing wrong with asking for like assistance. If you need to partner with someone, collaborate with someone, you should push yourself to like do it. And you should also read it. I mean, another advice is that you should know your business model to help you to know what, or is doing something similar to you. Does not mean that you should necessarily follow what that person is doing, because you may never know how the person is going about their business. So I would say that you should focus on your goals. You should focus on your business. You should know more. Like, researching is very good, like to know more about like your business model, to help you to know how to like grow it and then build it. Yeah.
Okay, so as we are ending now, I'm giving you an opportunity to give a shout out to how many people? Let's just make it 3, because I know you have a lot of lists in your mind right now. Just 3 people that you want to say a big thank you to for supporting you and pushing your business to this stage where you're inspiring women all over the world. 3 people.
Okay. So I think the way it is, I'll just categorize it. So
Okay.
that, yeah, it makes things simple for me.
Interesting.
Yes. So first of all, I'll thank God, because my ideas and inspiration, I know it sound crazy to some people, but then like Christians, actually do get some of like the way I go about my things from like the Holy Spirit. I don't like even the name thing. Like, that's actually one of the reasons why it's like your name is there. Like your name is you. So that was not the name I was using initially, but then I was like, your name is there, your name is there. Yes, my friends and my family, yes, for being very supportive, for supporting me, for supporting my brand.
Shout outs to daddy.
Yeah, my dad, my aunt. I mean, regardless of, they separate me from my brand there. So yeah.
Wow. Kukua Acquaba Ani. Amazing. She is the founder of Acquaba. Yes.
You'll be pardoned for
I'll
now.
be pardoned for now.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been an amazing one here at 5.7 FM. I would like to reiterate my appreciation to everyone who tuned in. Thank you so much for joining and for pushing this vision forward. I would like to thank my producers. Kukua Acquaba is here. Kuku, God bless you. I would also want to thank RBN Studios, headed by Engineer Apori, for supporting the show with the online streaming. Shout outs to him wherever he is. I would also like to thank our station managers. God bless you all. Our editor, Esinam, wherever you are, I love you so much. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a good one with Kukua Acquaba Ani, and this has been the Talking Business Show. Don't touch that dial. Stay tuned with us. Coming up next on Radio Universe is at the DJ's Mercy with King Kelly. Today, King Kelly is stepping in, and in fact, he's bringing us amazing stuff from the world of entertainment. I have been your host, Sarah Esinam Atiemo, and this has been the Talking Business Show. Stay tuned, and thank you for doing the listening and also watching on YouTube. Cheers, Charlie.